Welcome everybody to Cosmic Trailblazers, where
life is meant to be fun.
Yay!
Can we get a cheers to that? Cheers to that.
Cheers to that, everybody.
Excellent. We have a wonderful palmistry video today. Yay, I'm so excited for this video.
Yay, me too. This is going to be really, really fun. On your palm, we've got different kinds of lines, and the lines tell your fortune, or it tells a lot about your personality.
The lines, the shape of the hand, the shape of the fingers, the shape of the fingernails even, right?
Oh, and by the way, if you haven't done already, please like and subscribe to our channel. And we would like to give a shout out
to our new subscribers. We would like to give a new shout out to Trish McIsaac, who just started subscribing to us. Thanks, Trish. Shout out!
Yay, Trish! Thank you so much for supporting us. We really, really appreciate you very much.
Absolutely.
All right, so our first person we're going to read palms for today is our winner, Jessica.
Yay, Jessica!
Let's talk about your headline for a second. So that headline is sort of right in the middle there, and we put it in green to show you her headline. So it kind of swoops down towards, and it starts at the edge of her hand. So what do you see about that?
Well, because it swoops down like that, that means that she uses her imagination a lot. She's an imaginative kind of a lady.
She was a good thinker.
Yes.
She listens to other people, but she always does what she thinks is correct. She also prefers to be like a good person, if you know what I mean, like good, doing good to others. There's a little bit that she will treat you as you treat her as well. It's like she'll treat you in the same manner that you treat her.
I also noticed that because her pinky is straight, do you see how it stands straight up instead of curving in? That means that she's probably a person who tells the truth often, not one who likes to bend the truth. Her pinky would bend over a little bit if she liked to bend the truth. But because it stands straight up like that, she probably is a very truthful person.
Wow, that is a cool thing. And with that headline like that too, it shows that maybe growing up she didn't have enough independence. Maybe her parents or her family were a little bit too much controlling for her, we'll say.
Right.
And so now she's obviously an adult and sort of going her own way, but she overanalyzes sometimes and may get analysis paralysis. So Jessica, we'd like you to watch for that, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a look at Jessica's lifeline. Now there's the orange line is the lifeline that we want to talk about for a sec here. Okay, I see she's very ambitious. She strives for her goals and she can enjoy a nice long life.
Nice. Atta girl. I also saw that it looks like family matters have tugged at the line of fate and brought it over towards her lifeline. And that might have been like temporarily interfering with her career or maybe even other aspects of her life. But then it all kind of evens out again. And so it's just a temporary type thing.
Okay, good. Yeah. Speaking of that, she does have a lot with that lifeline leadership qualities. Could probably do well in a job where she's managing people, for example, in management, something like that. But she does have this spiritual side to her with that lifeline. And also she shines later in life as well, which we talked sort of about that with the headline. She's also the kind of person that'll mostly settle in her hometown or home country, like where you kind of grew up. She'll probably settle there.
Right.
And she appreciates, family affection. Family's important to her.
Definitely.
But yes, Jessica, you will live a long and healthy life, which is nice to know.
I've also noticed like this, again, not talking about the lines for a second, but her fingers look conic to me, like cone shaped. Would you say? And I would say that shows that she's a quick thinker. She's intuitive. She's sympathetic, spontaneous, possibly easily moved, that type of thing.
Interesting, yeah. Well, speaking of, and her palm is this square shape here.
Yes.
And that shows me some spirituality, hard worker, practical, yet a thinker. So you're good with the mind and making things happen at the same time.
Exactly.
So that's pretty cool. Good for you, Jess. You seem to have it all.
We should be hanging out with Jessica more often. Jessica needs to be coming on our show next time.
Right. Let's talk a little bit about Jess's heart, love stuff, affection, the heart line. What do you see there?
It goes right past her middle finger and up into
the mound of Jupiter.
Yes.
Which is your pointer finger. That puffy spot right under your pointer finger is the mound of Jupiter. It's kind of going towards there. Well, it means that she does like people. She likes money. She's also a good leader in her field, a family person. And she is loyal. She expects a good balance in her love life of give and take. Okay, now that we know what the heart line and the headline is, I noticed there's a cross in between that she has, a little X or a little cross. What does that mean?
That means that she has some intuition that she is following. She's an intuitive kind of gal, and she listens to her intuition, which very important, right? We all have intuition talking to us. It's just, are we listening, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. Wow, that's great. Mm-hmm. All right, Jessica. So there's your hand in a nutshell. And we could actually go on and on and on, but we're only have so much time in a day.
Plug it up for time.
Okay, so let's get into our next hand, which is Patricia. All right, Patricia. So here's your headline. Here's how you think. You're very rational. You're a logical thinker, just like Jessica was.
Yes.
Maybe that's a sign about who watches us.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. Their hands really are quite similar in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Patricia, this headline shows that you're very good in art. You have a good eye for design, artistic design, for example. You're also a good communicator, and you are a good decision maker. And you also, like Jessica, prefer to do good for others. You also have a lot of caution because you run a lot in the intellectual mind in how you make your decisions. Not so much how I feel, but more about what do I think about this. So lots of rational thought there. Definitely a smarty pants.
Yes, I thought so too. Just from the shape of her hand, where you can see like her knuckles are more pronounced. And that's a very philosophical hand, right? It means that she thinks very deeply, and it can sometimes be hard for others to understand someone who thinks so deeply like that, and so she can possibly be a little withdrawn at times. And but it also means that she can work well by herself or for herself. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. The heart line. Or we could say her love line. What does that mean? Well, she is a very loving and affectionate person. Her love line was quite similar to Jessica's a little bit, where it's going towards that pointer finger there, that Jupiter mound and that. She does get hurt when her giving is not appreciated. Her feelings can get hurt. So the more she gives, the more easier it is to feel hurt if it's not reciprocated.
Right.
Her partner, Patricia's partner, will be very lucky to have her, just like Jessica, because of this loyalty. This line really represents a lot about loyalty and caring. So very cool.
Very cool. I like that we've got such caring viewers.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
And for your life, Patricia, you have a nice long lifeline that starts right at the edge there and goes all the way to the other edge, and it's nice. We do see a good, healthy, long life for you. You also shine in making things beautiful, which we talked about that. You have this artistic design, maybe an interior design thing or some art, something like that is very good for you. Also writing, directing, that's good for you as well. And you're also the kind of person that will settle in your hometown where you were kind of grown up and raised. You'll settle there. So let us know if any of what we're saying is true.
Right?
In the comments of this video.
Let us know if we're completely out to lunch on these, or if we're, maybe we get a few of them right.
Right. Okay, let's see what other hand pictures we have a picture show. We do have this one called the Fate line, and it looks pretty strong. You will earn a good amount of money, Patricia, in your life, but because it's cut off right at the headline, it's cut off there. That means you're gonna have to work for it. Sorry, it's not gonna be like you winning the lottery.
Easy money, yeah.
Yes, but you know how to earn money yourself. Definitely entrepreneurial spirit there with that Fate line.
I noticed that too, her entrepreneurial spirit, because she has a very pronounced amount of Jupiter right there. And it shows like her need to be in charge of her own affairs, like as much as possible. And an entrepreneurial spirit, very independent, that type of thing.
Wow. Actually, if you look under her ring finger, you can't see it very well, but when you look at it, just between her pinky and her ring finger, there's a big mound there. Yes, and that's the Mercury mount, and Mercury is the planet of communication, and she knows more than one language. Okay. Tell us if that's true, Patricia. Good communicator, good at giving advice to people as well. Okay, now we get into what's the line of a millionaire. Are you gonna be a millionaire? Look at your hand right now on your dominant hand, the one you write with, and look under your ring finger, and do you have that line just like that? That's a line of a millionaire. And here you'll see that line circled, and it goes right through the heart like that and almost touches that head just like that. That's a sign of a millionaire. Okay. So lucky you if you have that. I do not, by the way, but I do have a little faded line that maybe is starting to come in, because your lines can change on your hand. So maybe if I try to manifest millionaire, that line will be more pronounced. But right now it's kind of broken and not like that. It's not as thick and deep like that, right?
Yeah, mine is. It's there, but it's kind of forks off here and there. So it's a little
so hopefully those get deeper for us.
Right? Dig in, buddy. Dig in.
Which leads us into
Just the Tip.
Today's Just the Tip is brought to you by Quantum Trailblazer.
All right, so this Just the Tip today is about how flexible is your thumb. So take your thumb and give it a little, see how flexible that puppy is, because how flexible your thumb is actually shows how flexible your mind is and how flexible your body is, which we want to keep nice and flexible as we age. If your thumb is like super flexible, then you're probably pretty easygoing. And that's my Just the Tip for today.
Trying to see, I'm a little not that flexible.
Maybe do some yoga. More yoga is good, right? Stretch back.
Yes, and I agree. I just started working out again and getting onto a plan and a health regimen. So I'm hoping that, my hands will change as I get healthier and lose weight and do all the things.
Time for
Word to your mom.
Word. Take it away.
So today's word to your mom is, if you see something funny on your palm that you might not like, you can change it. And here's an example. A couple years ago when I was going through some stuff I went through an illness and all these things, but my hand got all these tiny little haphazard lines all over the place. And I was looking, I'm like, wow, this looks like the hand of a stress case. Like, whoa, real stressed and very not cool. I've never seen my hand have so many little lines. So fast forward a couple years later, I'm much different. I went through my whole shadow self illumination period, and now my hands are back to normal with just these nice deep lines and not all these little scattered lines all over the place. So your hands really do show you what's going on in your life at that moment. It's like a snapshot, and you can change your lines. They will change based on your decisions that you make. Isn't that neat? I find that kind of mind-blowing, actually.
That is very neat. I think that's super cool. And also what we forgot to tell everybody is your non-dominant hand, the hand that you do not write with, will show what you've been blessed with, what your gifts are from the world, from the universe. And your dominant hand, the hand that you do write with, will show what you do with said gifts, right? What have you been doing with these gifts? And as you can see, my hands are very different, both of them. Like, so this is what I've been given, and this is what I've been doing with it, and they're quite different. So there you go. It's interesting as well.
Very interesting.
So if you are interested in a little more palmistry, Cosmic Oracle and I have put together a new series that we call Pay to Play, and our first episode is going to be painting this beautiful painting right here. We are going to paint your palm.
This Pay to Play only costs $15. But wait, if you're a member of our Facebook group, Cosmic Trailblazers, then you earn 30% off. Just use code 30FB. So I'm going to teach you how to paint this painting using the color scheme shown here. However, you're the boss, so if you choose to paint it a different color, that's totally cool with me. I want you to go to the room that you're planning on hanging it in if it turns out great, when it turns out great, and look around and choose your color scheme from there. Like I said, I'm going to teach you how to paint this one, and all you'd need to paint along with me is red, yellow, blue, white, and black acrylic paint. So just your primaries and a white and a black paint. But like I said, be sure to make your own choice.
And as you can see, my painting has all kinds of stuff on it, but those lines on there are my palm. Except, you know what? I added a little something right here. I added the millionaire line in my palmistry because, as we said, your palms are changing all the time. So we can probably bring some of that stuff to us. Anyways, so we are going to be painting this painting together, and we're gonna walk you through it step by step. I've taught art for about 5 years now, and so don't worry, you're in good hands.
Okay, so how will everybody do this pay to play? Tell us a little more.
Play. Alrighty, so I have some links in the description below of what type of things you're going to need, but really you don't need a huge amount of things for this painting. You need a canvas or a canvas board to paint on. We're going to use acrylic paints. Don't use your kids,
Poster paints
or anything like that, because it'll wash off or it'll get wiped off or whatever. Whereas acrylic paint goes on liquid and then dries into a plastic, and that's why I love this particular medium. And you need brushes, and you only need 2 different brushes. I'm gonna have a link also, of course, in the description below, but if you wanted to go look for your own, you just need a larger size, like a 1-inch kind of brush that is rounded like this so it blends well. And then you need just a smallish, medium-ish type rounded brush or something to that effect. And one of the most important things that I would say you would need for this is an acrylic paint marker. I got this one from Amazon, and I love it. Love it. That's how all these little white lines get on there. If you wanted to do it with a tiny little paintbrush, you could, but it's going to be really hard and it's going to be painful for you. I do not recommend doing that at all. Okay? So, easy peasy. If you wanted to get yourself like an easel of some sort to hold up your painting, you could, or you could just lay out a bunch of newspapers and put your canvas down on top of that. We are going to put together some other paintings coming up. So if you do a painting and you're like, ooh, this is so fun, well, then get yourself a little easel, right? They just fold up. They're super tiny to put away. I've got one right here, well used. I use it all the time. So, but yeah, folds right up, nice and small. Put that away, right? They are really helpful, but definitely not necessary. Okay, but I will put a link in the description for one for you. All right.
I can't wait for this pay to play. I've always wanted to
so
do one
fun.
of these paint parties before, and I never got around to it. And now that all the lockdowns, you're not allowed to do that kind of stuff anymore, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be awesome. You get to do it from home. You can have as many wines as you want.
You don't have to drive anywhere at the end of the night. You just tuck in, right?
With this package, pay to play, we will also give you a 30% discount to our Cosmic Trailblazers attire, merch, all the cool things we have for sale that you're going to love wearing and stuff like that.
It's just so fun to do art together. So, yay.
Yeah, and we'll get to meet other like-minded people in our group and stuff too. That'll be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah. So it's coming up April 20th, and if you are watching this after April 20th, then you can still get a link to it. Just send us an email.
CosmicTrailblazers@gmail.com, right?
Absolutely. Even if it is after April 20th, it's all good. We'll still send you a link. You can still follow along to the painting and have a great time as well. So,
yay! So let's hug it out.
Let's hug it out. Okay. And we will see you next time.